Hi Chinook, it is spring. Spring break is coming and it is time to find some good. First, I'm going to tell you about, just a bunch of different good books. A Heart and a Body in the World by Deb Coletti is new. It's award-winning, and it is the story of a girl who experiences a traumatic event and then runs from Seattle to Washington, D.C. And along the way, you find out what it is that she is running from. This is strongly recommended for anybody who likes realistic fiction, who can handle a dark story, because this is a dark story, and that likes something that's ultimately triumphant. So this is A Heart and the Body in the World. The Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes is strongly recommended for those of you that like Rick Riordan books. This is Rick Riordan Presents. It is not written by Rick Riordan, but it is that same sort of retelling of fantasy. This is based on Mayan mythology, and it is set in the American Southwest as well as Mexico, crosses borders, as did Mayans. So it's funny, just like the Rick Riordan books. It's action-packed and entertaining. So the Storm Runner. Similarly is The Serpent Secret. This is also strongly recommended for people who like Rick Riordan. In this one, Karanmala considered herself an ordinary 6th grader in New Jersey, but then her parents disappear and a drooling demon shows up in her kitchen. Soon she's swept into another dimension full of magic, winged horses, talking birds, and cute princes. Somehow, Karanmala needs to sort it all out, find her parents, and save the world. This one's based on Indian mythology, and is strongly recommended if you like those gods walk amongst us type stories. Fredericks Sandwich and the Earthquake That Couldn't Possibly Be is a mystery. In this book, Frederick Sandwich's peaceful slumber is interrupted by an earthquake that he knows is completely implausible. But when he starts asking questions about what happened, he's told that he is forbidden to talk about it. Desperately seeking the truth, Frederick is lucky to meet a mysterious stranger who thinks there must be a dastardly plot about. Together, they travel on an adventure through abandoned train tunnels, into hidden library rooms, and to the shadowy city hill in the dead of night to figure out what has caused these unexplained earthquakes. Next is Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman. This takes place in the near future, and imagine a world where water has run out, everything is dry, and this imagines what could happen. It takes place in California, but what could happen when people run out of water and there are what they call water zombies on the loose looking for water. Can society sustain life when that happens? So this is new, and it's called Dry by Neil Shusterman. Marie Antoinette Serial Killer is also a mystery. All Colette Iceland wants to be is to be considered perfect. She wants to be accepted by Hannah and her sidekick Pilar, which means pretending that Colette's family still has money, and it also means that she needs to be mean to her brother, her mother, her unpopular classmates, and anyone else who crosses her path. However, on a class trip to France, Colette gets distracted from her quest to be cool when she starts seeing Marie Antoinette's ghost. Colette realizes that the ghost is killing people and that she's next on the list. So find out what happens next in Marie Antoinette's Serial Killer. Youre Not Proper by Tarik Mahmood is new to Chinook. This book comes from, I believe, New Zealand. And in this book, Karen thinks she's not proper white. Her dad is Pakistani and her mother is white Christian. And somehow she feels like she doesn't quite fit in anywhere. So she's made a conscious choice. She's switching sides. Karen's going to convert to Islam and find her true identity. But Shamshad, her hijab-wearing schoolmate, isn't making things easy for her. What's her deal anyway? Is Shamshad really any more proper than herself? This is Youre Not Proper by Tarik. The Gilded Wolves. This takes place in Paris in 1889. The world is on the cusp of industry and power, and the Exposition Universelle has breathed new life into the streets and dredged up ancient secrets. In this city, no one keeps tabs on secrets better than treasure hunter and wealthy hotelier Severin Montigny-Allaire. But when this all-powerful society, the Order of Babel, seeks him out for help, Severin is offered a treasure that he never imagined, his true inheritance. To find the ancient artifact the Order seeks, Severin will need help from a band of experts. Find out what happens next in The Gilded. Code of Honor by Alan Gratz. is fiction. When Iranian-American Kamran Smith learns that his big brother Darius has been labeled a terrorist, he wants to set out to find out what happened, to piece together the codes and the clues that will save Darius's life and save the United States from a deadly terrorist attack. This is by the author of Prisoner B-3087, which I know many of you have read. It's historical fiction, it's realistic, and a compelling story. Blanca and Roja is fantasy. The Delcine girls have never been just sisters. They're also rivals. Blanca, as obedient and graceful as Roja, is vicious and manipulative. They know that because of a generations-old spell, their family is bound to a group of swans deep in the woods. They know that one day the swans will pull them into a dangerous game that will leave one of them a girl and trap the other in the body of a swan. But when two local boys become drawn into the game, the swan's spell intertwines with the strange and unpredictable magic lacing the woods, and all four fates depend on facing truths that could either save them or destroy them. This is Blanca and Roja. Next up is a graphic novel called I Am Alfonzo Jones. The ghost of 15-year-old Alfonzo Jones travels in a New York subway car full of the living and the dead, watching his family and friends fight for justice after he is killed by an off-duty police officer while buying a suit in a midtown department store. This next series is called The Witchlands. Truth Witch, Wind Witch, and Blood Witch are the series. Sight Witch is a companion story. This is a story based in a retelling of the Middle East. In this world, there's witches that have different powers, and story centers on two best friends who are trained together, and they inadvertently set off a global war. It is going to be made into a TV series starting in the fall, so you want to get on this now. It's action-packed, it's intelligent, there's strong friendships, and ultimately there's later on some romance. So it's got a little bit of everything for everybody. Finally, with Captain Marvel coming out, I just want to highlight some female superhero books that we have. We have Ms. Marvel, and for those of you that don't know, Ms. Marvel gets her powers from Captain Marvel. So she is a Pakistani-American teenager. We have every comic that's been published thus far. There are, I think, 8 in the school library. So check out Ms. Marvel. And then The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. We have both the graphic novels and the chapter novels of The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, so come check those out too. Anyway, we have lots of great books, and we will see you at the library.